Let's talk about the top 10 most expensive cities in the world to reside in or retire early. And I'm not going to include any US cities in this video since most of my audience resides in the US. I'm going to talk about each of these cities' cost of living based on the cost of food, transportation, rent, and my personal experiences. And if you're from that area, send me a DM on Instagram or in the comment section down below. But I do want to give a shout out to the second biggest audience to my channel in the Philippines, as well as India, Canada, and the UK. YouTube is such an incredible place to reach all kinds of audiences. Tel Aviv is ranked number 12 on the Global Cost of Living Index. It is the largest city in Israel and is famous for stunning beaches, exciting nightlife, and world-famous restaurants. Exploring Tel Aviv is easy by walking or biking, and many tourists enjoy Tel Aviv's coffee culture and breakfasts like shakshuka, or eggs poached in tomato sauce cooked with peppers and onions. The cost of living in Tel Aviv is more expensive than in 82% of cities in the world. For a family of 4, you would need around $4,300 a month, and that doesn't even include rent. According to the people living there, housing prices and rents have increased rapidly over recent years. The city is currently dealing with rising inequality with surging prices for every staple being the main cause of displacing working class citizens. If you're a US citizen looking to travel to Tel Aviv, you do not need a tourist visa if you're staying for less than 90 days. However, the US State Department is warning travelers to exercise increased caution due to civil unrest and avoid certain areas due to armed conflict. The travel advisory was last updated on May 2nd, 2022, so please visit the State Department website before traveling to Israel for business or pleasure. By the way, you can get our free financial independence resources by visiting firesidechat.com/contact. You can also check out the Fireside Chat shop if you're looking to start your own YouTube channel, and I have all of my equipment at firesidechat.com/shopping. Doha is ranked the number 11 most expensive city in the world and the second most expensive city in the Middle East. And the cost of living is more expensive than in 88% of cities in the world. I went to Qatar in 2006 and I just remember how humid it was in September, but it was such a beautiful city sitting right on the Persian Gulf. According to the expats living and working in Qatar, your housing cost is the most expensive line item unless you live in a company housing, which could save you a tremendous amount of money. And expats living there also benefit from no income taxes and decent healthcare. Since much of Qatar's food is imported, their grocery prices are much higher than in cities in Europe and the US. People are spending anywhere between 15 and 20% of their salary every month just on groceries. The restaurant meals can be even more expensive. Many tourists go to Doha to tour the desert safari, go camel riding, and visit the Pearl, which is a modern district with sports, entertainment, and shopping venues. The FIFA World Cup is set to begin in November 2022, and Qatar is expecting tens of thousands of tourists to visit there during the football matches. Oslo in Norway is ranked the number 10 most expensive city in the world, and the cost of living is more expensive than in 93% of cities in Europe and 89% of cities in the world. Oslo is a thriving business center and a hub for trading, banking, and shipping. It is also famous for its seafood, museums, and Viking history. The average cost of living for each person living in Oslo is about $2,300 a month, not including the rent, but that will likely increase in the coming year. The groceries are higher because they import most of their fruits and vegetables. Most expats living there use public transportation over driving due to high gasoline prices. Housing in Oslo is the biggest expense for both the natives and foreigners living there, and the electricity bills in the winter months can also increase your expenses significantly. Despite their high cost of living, people enjoy the restaurants, cafes, bars, and nightclubs in Oslo. It is also known as a city of festivals with markets, concerts, theaters, shows, and entertainment. If you're also a seafood lover, Oslo may be the city worth looking into. By the way, if you need help with your personal finances, like budget, savings, and investments to achieve your financial independence, you can schedule a free one-on-one 20-minute financial coaching session by visiting firesidechat.com/coaching. Dubai in the United Arab Emirates is ranked the number 1 most expensive city in the Middle East and the number 9 most expensive city in the world, the cost of living in Dubai is more expensive than in 89% of cities in the world. It is a popular expat destination because Dubai has no income tax. However, just because Dubai is a tax haven doesn't mean it is an affordable destination. You want to make sure your salary and any extra money you make will cover the basic cost of living in Dubai. When people say you get what you pay for, Dubai is a great example of a city that offers a great lifestyle with excellent healthcare facilities, a state-of-the-art transportation system, and luxurious shopping options. According to the expats living in Dubai, most landlords charge a year's worth of rent up front, which can be difficult for some people who relocate there without any substantial savings. You're also responsible for your own utility bills, which can be very high during the summer months. If you just want to visit Dubai, you have to check out their indoor ski resort or Ski Dubai. You should also check out the balloon ride in the desert to watch the sunrise break over the city, as well as the Dubai Mall, which has over 1,000 stores across 4 levels, an indoor theme park, an aquarium, and underwater zoo. The number 8 most expensive city in the world is Sydney in Australia, and the cost of living is more expensive than in 90% of cities in the world. The average rent for a 1-bedroom apartment can be as high as $3,000 a month in the inner city of Sydney. Most expats move to Sydney to work in mining, finance, engineering, IT, healthcare, and marketing. If you're looking to raise a family in Sydney, housing is the most expensive line item you'll have to budget for unless you choose to live in the outer suburbs where it's slightly cheaper. Sydney is also known for one of the most beautiful natural harbors in the world with over 150 miles of coastline. Sydney has been ranked as the 3rd most livable city in the world as far as the environment goes. If you just want to pay a visit to Sydney, you'll need to get an electronic travel authority or ETA tourist visa as long as you stay for less than 90 days, and it's easy to apply on the website. While Sydney is ranked the number 8 most expensive city in the world, it is still slightly cheaper than Los Angeles, New York City, and London. The number 7 most expensive city in the world is Dublin in Ireland, and I made a video about that under the top 10 European cities to retire early, so you can check out that video, and I will put that video link in the description below. The number 6 most expensive city in the world is Nassau in the Bahamas. Nassau is the most expensive city in Latin America, and the cost of living is more expensive than in 93% of cities in the world. The high cost of living in the Bahamas is due to a large expat community. Mostly wealthy Americans living there enjoying tax benefits like no income taxes or capital gains taxes. Nassau is one of the major tourist hotspots on the Caribbean from all over the world. I went there in 2018 and took my family there on a Disney cruise, and we absolutely had a blast there swimming with the dolphins. The cost of living in the Bahamas in general is significantly higher than in the US and Canada due to its goods being mostly imported. While real estate and rents are more costly, the complete lack of income and capital gains taxes help offset some of the extra costs to balance your budget. Life in the Bahamas comes with a higher price tag, but you're paying for 300 days of sunshine and excellent weather throughout the year, as well as countless entertainment and outdoor activities if you have the wealth to pay for them. The number 5 most expensive city in the world is Singapore, and I made a video about how to retire or reside in Singapore and Asia. You can check out the video linked in the description below. The number 4 most expensive city in the world is London in the United Kingdom. London is actually tied with Washington, D.C. for the cost of living index, but it's more expensive than 95% of cities in Western Europe and in the world. According to expats living in London, commuting in London can be a nightmare, but there are always things to do in the city like restaurants, shops, and activities. Most expats with a household income of £100,000 a year don't give them enough room to save money. That's why most of them choose to live outside of London to avoid high rents and busy commutes. If you have the wealth to afford a nicer part of London, then the city might be worth looking into. There are places specifically designed for wealthy people like private clubs, high-end restaurants, and so much more. If you want to pay a visit to London and you enjoy high-quality food, there are currently 69 Michelin star restaurants in London that you can try out. If you're a US citizen traveling to the UK, you do not need to apply for a visa to enter the UK if you're traveling for tourism or business purposes for up to 6 months. The number 3 most expensive city in the world is Hong Kong, and it is the most expensive city in Asia. The average estimated cost of living for a single person living in Hong Kong is around a whopping $6,400 per month or $77,000 a year. Even though Hong Kong is now a part of China, the city continues to be one of the major international hubs for foreign businesses and trading. While housing and groceries are relatively high, many wealthy travelers find Hong Kong very accommodating when it comes to outdoor activities, nightlife, restaurants, and bars. However, ever since the Hong Kong protests began in 2019 and the coronavirus outbreak in 2020, there's been a mass expat exodus from Hong Kong. According to Business Insider, expats who left Hong Kong due to strict government response to Omicron, which made Hong Kong just like any other urban hub in mainland China. The US State Department also issued a level 3 travel advisory to Hong Kong due to an I quote, arbitrary enforcement of local laws and COVID-19 related restrictions, and exercise increased caution in the PRC due to wrongful detentions. And if you're not familiar with the State Department's travel advisory levels, level 1 is to exercise normal precautions, level 2 is to exercise increased caution, level 3 is to reconsider travel to that destination, and level 4 is do not travel to that destination. You should always check travel.state.gov before you travel to any foreign countries. Zurich and Geneva in Switzerland are tied second for the world's most expensive cities to live in based on the cost of living index. They are tied for second most expensive cities in Western Europe and more expensive than 98% of cities in the world. Switzerland is known for its banking industry and favorable tax system. Out of the 9 million population, there are about 800,000 millionaires living in Switzerland. The country's political neutrality in major wars and conflicts allowed them to avoid the economic devastations that many of its neighbors have endured in the last century. According to Forbes' 2021 Billionaires Rich List, there are currently 40 billionaires that are Swiss nationals. So just about everything in Switzerland is expensive because it has the highest wealth per adult in the world. While most expats living in Switzerland are high net worth individuals, many tourists go to Zurich and Geneva for luxurious experiences. If you're a US citizen, you can travel to Switzerland for a short stay up to 90 days without having to apply or obtain a visa. If you're looking to retire in Switzerland, there's no double taxation on your pension income, but you do need to be financially independent because you're not eligible to work under the retirement visa. You can apply for permanent residency after 5 continuous years of residence in Switzerland. The world's most expensive city to live in is Hamilton in Bermuda. And no, you're not gonna disappear because that's the Bermuda Triangle. The cost of living for a single person in Hamilton could cost as much as $5,400 a month, and a family of 4 could cost as much as $8,800 a month. An average 1-bedroom apartment rent inside Hamilton is about $3,300 a month and $6,300 a month for a 3-bedroom apartment. Buying a car in Bermuda would cost you twice the price in the US because it costs more to import those vehicles. You're only permitted to have 1 vehicle per family. The annual car registration fee can also cost $500 to $1,000 a year. The cost of living in Bermuda is so high because they virtually import everything from foods, fuel, cars, and other goods from other countries. They also charge additional taxes on food on top of the retail value to offset the cost of imports. Groceries in Bermuda can cost 50% higher compared to New York City. The fuel prices and other basic necessities have also gone up in 2022 due to geopolitical tensions in Europe. Bermuda has no income or capital gains taxes, but you have to pay taxes on their basic goods. And if you want to know more about how to retire early outside of the US, be sure to check out these 2 videos. So with that said, I appreciate you watching my video. Don't forget to subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next video. Have a good one.